And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Saturday, and you know what that means? It's time for all the toy news, action figure news of the week that excited me, and hopefully excited you, and a little bit of a slow week this week. Can you believe it? Hey, our wallets are happy for it, that's for sure, but of course, going to start off a little bit of housekeeping. This week, of course, or this month, more like it, the giveaway for the month of April on Patreon is, of course, Asuka. I don't know if anybody's ready for it or not. Oh, the joke that keeps on giving. But it is the latest and greatest. It is the ultimate Asuka. She is the giveaway this month on Patreon. Of course, Patreon early access to both YouTube channel videos. You get all the glamour shots ahead of time. You get the monthly giveaways, of course. You get a monthly Q&A. All kinds of different stuff over there. Dog stuff, pizza stuff, you name it. A lot going on on Patreon every single day. Appreciate all the support over there. Of course, my book still going strong. Barnes & Noble and Amazon, the place to go. It is the complete guide to the Jakks Class Superstar series. Just shy of 700 pages, if you can believe that. Thank you to everybody that's picked up a copy. And if you haven't, pick it up already. There you go. And then, of course, a little bit more housekeeping. Hopefully you guys joined us. There was about 100 people there last week. It was my Whatnot live stream. First time I ever did that last Saturday. My wonderful wife, Angie, joined me to help me out. Went through a lot of figures. We sold everything. So it was a heck of a sale. A lot of fun chatting in the comments, things like that. It was a really good time. It was basically just a live stream. And you just had to be there. You didn't have to buy anything. Just being there, you were entered into the giveaway for the Coliseum Collection Heart Foundation. So shout out to everybody that picked something out. Shout out to everybody that was asking questions, hanging out in the chat. I will be doing another stream at May 13th. Mark your calendars. Bookmark the channel. Bookmark the show. Hit the link down in the description below. You can get $10 free by signing up via my link. So do what you want to do out there, but a free $10 doesn't hurt anybody. But bookmark the show. I'll have it up pretty soon here. Last time was all wrestling. I'll mix some other stuff into this video as well. So there'll be wrestling. There'll be probably some Marvel, some He-Man, some G.I. Joe. All the usual suspects from the channel over there. And we'll have that going on. And we might have another special guest. I'm sure my wife Angie will help me once again because let's be honest, I need all the help I can get. But we might have a guest appearance by a retiree that recently left the channel that's done with reviews, but he said he might swing by and say hi to everybody and maybe even answer a question or two. We'll see what happens there. But look forward to a special giant of a guest for that Whatnot stream. So once again, May 13th, mark your calendar right now. More on that in the next couple of weeks here. So a lot going on. But a lot going on kind of this week in the action figure department. Let's start it off. Let's start with some wrestling. And I guess let's start with some AEW figures first. This week we got another one of those collect forever figures, those slabbed kind of, they're not graded, but they're slabbed. I haven't even received one of those yet. I guess some people have been getting their CM Punks. Maybe I'll get that in the next week or so. But this week we had an unrivaled Britt Baker, which was basically the unmatched Britt Baker that didn't sell very well, that a lot of people hated the face on, put in an unrivaled packaging and now slab. So man, that's a hard pill to swallow. As of filming this, I have not picked this up. I usually buy all of these, but that's a tough sell for $49.99. That could be one of those ones where you wait till Thanksgiving weekend and they have a big blowout sale on that website. I don't know what to do there. I kind of want to be complete in there, but this feels just a little bit too much. You know, you mix up some shirts, some things like that. Okay, I can buy it. I understand getting the most out of your molds, mixing it up, making it feel a little different. This really feels like, hey, let's just change the packaging, and that's all it is. And to me, going back to the Jakks days with Ruthless Aggression, Ring Rage, Adrenaline, all those other lines, we saw that a lot of times, and especially back in the Bone Cruncher days, even more. Same figure, release, different carding. Those don't count for me. They just don't. That dog won't hunt, as my math teacher told me in 8th grade. Never forget that either over there. So I'd be interested to hear your guys' thoughts. I have to think most people are pretty much down on that. And what? Todd? What? You got a special video? From the Saved by the Bell kids?
Dumb.
Stupid.
Crazy.
Old Todd McFarlane from the couch throwing daggers at good friend of the channel, Jeremy Padower and the Jazwares company. Not right, Todd. Dirty pool, dirty pool. But probably not for me. We'll see. You never know what might happen in the future. Would be interested in your take in the comments, though, on that one. But some good news from AEW Jazwares. We did see next Wednesday, I believe, the 24th. Is that a Wednesday? I think I'm traveling to Seth Rollins' territory in Davenport that day. I got a presentation that morning. I'm going to be real tired. I got my daughter's concert, 3rd grade, Emma. Shout out to her. She's going to sing her heart out, and that's at like 7 to 8 o'clock at night. Then I got to leave that, and I got to drive like 3.5 hours to Davenport, spend the night, and then I have an 8 a.m. presentation that next morning. I'm going to be tired, but you know what Ozzy Osbourne said? He said, Kyle, no rest for the wicked. You got to get after it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that next week. That's going to be real exciting. But the 24th, looks like things are going up on the vault again. The vault is crowning. It's ready to go. It's ready to hit us up with some new things, and we do got the Young Bucks coming over there. 2-pack, always fun. Tag team, always fun. Not sure how I feel about this Young Bucks 2-pack, though. Does it light my world on fire? It is, once again, Ring of Honor, of course. It just kind of feels like the Bucks we've had before with a new shirt on it, new packaging design. A little bit more than the Britt Baker. I guess we'll cut that, so a little bit of slack right there. But doesn't absolutely set my world on fire. Once again, be interested to hear your thoughts on these two. But we'll see. We'll get it. We'll unbox it here on the channel. I do like that it's posed. I think it's great if you're an inbox collector. It could get lost in the mix. But I'm thinking about probably starting a Ring of Honor shelf is probably what I'm going to do. So you put all those Ring of Honor ones, keep your AEW separate. A little point of difference right there. Then the other one, it looks like Bryan Danielson is going up as well. He will be going up on the Jazwares Vault as well. So the Jazwares Vault doing pretty good things here. I'm here for that. Maybe once a month, put up one figure. Obviously, you got other properties to put up as well. But I think if you keep it once a month, like a once a month fun little thing, it doesn't have to be super, super limited. I think more limited is probably the better. But you just don't want it to sell out quick like Malachi Black, but you don't want it to sit there forever. So it's finding that right mix for collectors that actually will go to the vault and stuff. But I'm excited for a different spot to get some of these things. Excited to see how it evolves and what the vault does over the next months, years, decades, whatever it may be there. So you're looking for those next week on the 24th. Now we got whoa, stop the clock. Good friend of the channel, Todd McFarlane, did not want to interrupt the toy news of the week. And he said, hey, Kyle, instead, I went up in your office, I grabbed your computer, I filmed a little video, if you could insert it right here.
McFarlane here, just want to let you know, at GameStop, April 21st to 27th, every year we have McFarlane Toys Week at GameStop. You got a bunch of in-store and online exclusives, pre-orders. You go in there and not only can you get some of the new stuff and figures you can't get anywhere else, also for the entire week you get 15% off anything McFarlane when you go there. So lots of cool stuff's hitting GameStop shelves. Go check it out the week of 21st to the 27th. Or visit GameStop.com and or McFarlane.com to get all the details for that. So go look for your pre-orders. Go look for your 15% off. Go do it.
Well, there you have it. From the horse's mouth, Todd McFarlane, it looks like GameStop is going to be the place for McFarlane next week. You get a save on some McFarlane figures, new pre-orders, new exclusives. We'll see what happens next week over at GameStop. All eyes on GameStop the 21st through the 27th. And speaking of all eyes, get off the video here, get done. I go, and of course, Ringside Collectibles, of course, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. AEW Unrivaled Series 15 pre-order is up right now at Ringside. You got Chris Jericho, you got MJF, you got Samoa Joe, you got first time in the line, Daniel Garcia, first time in the line, Soraya, aka Paige, and you do got, speaking of Paige, we're going to turn the page like a young Bob Seger with Ethan Page, all ego. Ethan Page, first time in the line. So Unrivaled 15, some new blood into the Jazwares line right around the corner. Whoa, stop the clock again. Oh, Ringside Collectibles, what are you doing to me here? I'm even filming my toy news a little later in the day than normal, so I don't know what's going on. It's Bizarro World's what's going on. Jeff Jarrett, Ringside Collectible exclusive AEW Jazwares. Man, I'm here for this. We've been waiting a long time for a Jeff Jarrett, and this is a modern version of Jeff Jarrett. I think a smart move giving us a deluxe one via Ringside. I think people will pay up because so many people have wanted a Jeff Jarrett figure for quite some time. A very good look here. Very excited to get this one in hand. Can't wait to get old Double J at the table. We got to turn our attention to some retro wrestling news, and that was pretty much the most news this week was retro wrestling. Obviously, WWE kind of laying back, just had their reveals on the Mania weekend. Pretty quiet on that front. Probably will be for a little while here. But a lot of figures through the door this week. So check out those reviews if you did miss them. 109, the brand new Ultimates, things like that. But we did see early, right after I filmed this video, actually, Epic Toys did show some nice, pretty promotional pictures of the Eddie Guerrero, of course, retro style figure. A lot of people excited for that one, myself included. Once again, we saw Bobby Heenan, Boris Zukov, and Atsushi Onita. Those are all must-haves for me. I'm very excited for those. I really feel that Epic Toys has stepped up their quality from the former Cella. There's no doubt about it there, as we've seen on the channel with the Demolition, Powers of Pain, British Bulldogs we've unboxed fairly recently. Very excited for all these. Hopefully they all go for pre-sale and have like a bundle deal. You can save some money if you order all of them. That's my hope, at least. That's my hope. But we're not done with retro news. Figure collections this week showed on one of their stories on Instagram. We got 3 different versions of Colt Cabana. We saw that at WrestleCon weekend as well. I love me some Colt Cabana, of course. I love Colt Cabana. Seen him forever in the Midwest, being both Midwest guys. Love Colt Cabana. I just don't know if we need 3 of these all at the same time. I don't know. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's like, I want one, but at the price these retros are, getting all 3, it's like, it just seems like a lot. But we understand they got to get the most of their molds. We understand that whole game there. But if you're into Colt Cabana, we got 3 different versions. Choose your own Colt Cabana adventure. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. And then Zombie Sailor this week announced a little bit of Savage Summer upcoming. I guess things are getting really savage. Savage Summer, it said. And that was just a picture of the Macho Man. So assuming that will be in stock, shipping this summer sometime, we're seeing Zombie slowly transitioning. And when I say slowly, I mean slowly. Transitioning to, hey, it's arrived, it's in stock, instead of the long pre-orders, and that's the way it's going to go in the future. Man, I'm all about that, and if he can get to that, that's going to be an absolute game changer. Work in silence, get him in orders, and bam, there it is. It's off to the races. I'm here for that all day long. We also saw Grapplers and Gimmicks, old Hastel toy out there. A lot of stuff from him this week. We did see the new rockers. We saw those a while back. Looks like he did a little tweaking, a little editing on those. But Leaf Cassidy, Marty Jannetty, ready to be rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling, I am sure. Those are going to be coming to a 2-pack, of course. We also saw TL Hopper, the old dirty white boy, once again in his famous toilet. Just full of fun in that toilet, of course. Didn't really need that, but here we are. Here we are. That one's going to be going up for pre-order very soon as well. And then we saw another British Bulldog, and man, British Bulldog Mania, it's even confusing me at this point, as I think he's got 3 or 4 different Bulldogs coming out over the next couple of months here. So that's absolutely wild. British Bulldog Mania sweeping the nation. We haven't seen this since the 90s, I guess is what we'll say there. But it's going to be a more limited edition version of Bulldog. If you're in, you're in. If you're out, I guess you're out. I don't know. Choose your own adventure there. But of course, Grapplers and Gimmicks, hit them up on social media for all the info, all the drop dates, and of course, I'll talk about them as they do come up here. But that's it. That's it for wrestling news. A slow week. Once again, I understand the Mattel line kind of laying in the weeds here after a couple of busy weeks of reveals. A little Jazwares talk and retros, and that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens next week. See if we'll get any more talk out of that. See what happens. I guess also I should put a note in here, the toy news. A lot of us are figure hunters, myself included. Walmart's, Target's doing a lot of resetting right now. The spring resets in swing. Got to think before the end of the month, all these stores will reset. Remember, the Monday Night Wars will have a place on the planogram at Walmart, so be on the lookout for that. New Legends and Yokozuna hitting even my area. Unfortunately, registered locked till the 28th. Not going to be able to pick those up, but some new stuff just around the corner. So be ready for that. Get your wallets ready, all that kind of stuff. And we'll see. Maybe the pre-orders will ship. You never know on that either. So a lot of stuff coming here in the next couple of weeks. But we got a couple other things over here to the side. We did see this week the box set of Cringer and Prince Adam from the cartoon collection. Man, I'm here for that. This is one of the best looking sets in a long time. Way overdue for this version of Cringer. Very excited to get this, and it just makes sense being with Prince Adam. So very cool. Can't wait for this one to go for sale. Not sure if this is going to be everywhere. I think I remember this being possibly a fan channel exclusive. That would make a little bit of sense as well, but a very exciting one for He-Man fans. Can't wait to pick that one up. The Marvel Legends team, they did a little bit of a live stream this week, and it was just like a little appetizer of live streams, and I'm here for that. They don't need to go absolutely crazy all the time, but we did see Ghost Rider coming back out. We got old Danny Ketch. I like that it's different than the last vehicle Ghost Rider we got. It's the different cycle, and honestly, it's more of the cycle I do remember as a kid. Of course, collecting the Toy Biz figures, some of the cartoons and comic books from my prime reading time is what I remember on this one. So I'm very excited to get this one here along the way. So I think a lot of excitement about that. We also saw a Luke Cage Iron Fist 2-pack, way overdue on that one. Surprised it took this long to get it, so we're very excited for that. And then we do got 2 single releases. Astonishing Wolverine. I'm here for all the Wolverine. Celebrating 50 years of Wolverine. Celebrating 40 years of Hulkamania. It's a wild time right now. Wild time in the universe. And then Superior Spider-Man also going to come on a single card as well. So a little bit of a peek out of the tent of a few things around the corner here from the Marvel Legends team. Should have the next fan channel wave that was Zabu. Is that how you say his name, from the Savage Land? I think that's next on deck. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. We got a couple of Walmart exclusives as well around here. You'll see the Secret Empire Captain America on the channel very soon. And the Unmasked Prowler, will be unboxing those. So once again, stay tuned for those ones right there. But that's it. That's all I have on my news plate this week. It is the slowest week of toy news. Not a bad thing, though. When it's a slow toy news week, it's slow for pre-orders. It's slow for our wallet, and that's not a bad thing. As summertime is around the corner, just around the corner here, save your money for your summer vacations if you're so lucky to get summer vacations. So that is the toy news. Now we transition to the album of the week. This week's album of the week, I'm dreaming of being in Vegas, as this band has a residency currently going on in Vegas, and it's one of those bands. There's only a few bands I've never seen that I've always wanted to. This is at the top of my list right now. It is the Scorpions. Now, the Scorpions is an interesting band. I first heard them when I was a little kid with The Wind of Change being on MTV 24/7, it felt like. Absolutely hate that song. Absolutely hate that song to this day. It turned me off to the Scorpions for about 20 years. It took me about 20 years to say, okay, can I get past this Winds of Change? I hate that song so much, and man, I was really missing out. I really did myself a disservice along the way. I missed out the Uli John Roth years. I could have went back and heard some of that. Even to this day, and some of their newer albums are still good. I still enjoy them. They don't get radio airplay. They don't get any of that. They don't get a lot of bells and whistles around them, but the Scorpions, truly one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all the time. Out of Germany, of course. Germany's so much good heavy metal, hard rock throughout the years, and it's just insane that they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I just can't believe that, especially with Wind of Change. It was such a big hit for the normal people out there, not the hardcore fans, of course, but it was such a big hit. I'm surprised on that alone they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but have to imagine they will be. And like I said, they are having a residency in Vegas. Wish I was there for that. Hopefully one day I see the Scorpions, but man, that window is closed, and would love to see my boy Mickey D on drums with them as well. But this week I was diving into some Scorpions, and one I actually listened to, and I'm not a huge Unplugged guy, but Unplugged in Athens, the Scorpions, probably from, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago. What is time once again? They went to Athens, they played a show, and it was Unplugged. They played all the hits. They played some softer songs. It was okay on some of that. But I also like the new stuff around that time, Rock Forever and things like that. There's some good songs on there, and that was actually a sleeper album, a little unplugged. And maybe it was because it was a rainy, cold week here where I'm at, and it was just one of those weeks where you just put on the Scorpions Unplugged. I don't know, but for whatever reason, Scorpions Unplugged, going to be the album of the week for me this week. What's your album of the week? Let me know in the comments down below. And what you thought of the toy news this week, let me know in the comments down below. And like I said, a lot of stuff going on here the next couple of weeks. I will be next weekend. I'll have to fill toy news and weekly purchases a little bit early. We'll be out at Kane County Toy Show outside of Chicago. Also going to be at C2E2 next week as well. See what kind of fun we get into over there. Very excited to head over to Chicago, see what all the fuss is about at those two events. And if you see me running around, Jeff George will be running around as well. If you see us around, stop us, say hello. You never know what we might be up to. So shout out to that. Stay tuned to that footage here in the next couple of weeks on the channel, I would imagine. Haven't got there yet, but I would imagine that's the way it will go. And of course, let me know your thoughts on the week once again. And of course, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. You guys know by now we got videos every single day on both YouTube channels, so make sure you subscribe to both of those. Hit 4,000 subscribers on Kyle Peterson 2.0. How about that? How about that? So there you go. Don't forget about the Patreon and Pro Wrestling Tees. Pro Wrestling Tees huge sale this weekend, 20% off. You know, if you're not going to pick up one of my t-shirts, get a Terry Funk shirt, as I always do say. Don't forget over at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, the book. Talked about that at the beginning. Don't forget about Patreon and the giveaway. And don't forget to hit me up on social media, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for the toy news of the week, you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another weekend.